Let me tell you something, when you hear my name, Samuel L. Jackson, you probably think of a certain kind of character. You think of a guy who walks into a room and owns it. A guy who isn't afraid to speak his mind, loud and clear. That's the presence I bring to the screen. It's not just about acting, it's about an attitude. It's a confidence that I've carried with me through every single role, from the smallest indie flick to the biggest blockbuster you can imagine. People say I have a unique style, and they're not wrong. It's a blend of intensity, a little bit of danger, and a whole lot of cool that you just can't fake. My journey in Hollywood wasn't an overnight success story. It was a long road filled with hard work and a lot of auditions. I learned my craft in the theater, honing my skills on the stage before I ever became a household name. That foundation taught me discipline and the power of a good monologue. It taught me how to command an audience's attention with just my voice and my presence. So, when I finally got my shot in major films, I was ready. I brought all that experience with me, and I made sure that no matter the size of the part, you were going to remember me when the credits rolled. Let's talk about Jules Winfield. When Quentin Tarantino handed me the script for Pulp Fiction, I knew it was something special. Jules wasn't just a hitman, he was a philosopher with a gun. He was a man on a spiritual journey, trying to make sense of the violent world he lived in. The role required a certain kind of rhythm, a musicality to the dialogue that Quentin is famous for. It was my job to bring that music to life. I had to make you believe that this man could quote the Bible before executing a job, and that he was genuinely wrestling with the idea of divine intervention. The Ezekiel 25:17 scene is the one everyone remembers. It's more than just a cool speech before a moment of violence, it's a performance. It starts low and controlled, building tension with every word. The other guys in the room are terrified, and they should be. They're in the presence of a man who is completely in command of the situation. I use the power of my voice to build the pressure, letting the words hang in the air. By the time I get to the end of the passage, it's an explosion of righteous fury. It's a declaration of power, and it became one of the most iconic monologues in film history. But what makes that scene truly unforgettable is the shift in Jules's character. He's not just a cold-blooded killer, he's thinking, he's evolving. Later in the movie, he recites the same passage, but the meaning has changed entirely. He's no longer the tyranny of evil men, he's trying to be the shepherd. That transformation is what makes Jules such a brilliant character. He's a man who experiences a miracle and decides to change his life. He decides to walk the earth, to find his purpose. Playing Jules was a turning point in my career. It showed the world what I could do with a great script and a director who trusted me to deliver. Now let's switch gears, from a philosophical hitman to the ultimate super spy, Nick Fury. When I first stepped into the role, it was just a post-credits scene in Iron Man, a little teaser, a promise of something bigger to come. I walked out of the shadows, wearing the eye patch and the leather trench coat, and told Tony Stark about the Avenger initiative. In that one moment, a whole cinematic universe was born. It was my job to be the anchor, the guy who knew all the secrets and was pulling all the strings. Nick Fury had to be the coolest, most authoritative man in a world full of gods and super soldiers. What makes Nick Fury so cool is his absolute, unshakable confidence. He stands in a room with a Norse god, a billionaire in a metal suit, and a resurrected super soldier, and he's the one in charge. He doesn't have superpowers. His power is information, strategy, and an attitude that says, "I am not impressed." He's the puppet master, the one who sees the big picture when everyone else is just focused on the fight in front of them. One of my favorite moments as Fury is in the Avengers, after Agent Coulson is killed. He uses that tragedy to unite the team. He walks onto the bridge of the helicarrier, his face grim, and gives them the blood-stained Captain America trading cards. He tells them they needed a push. It's a moment of manipulation, but it's for the greater good. He knows exactly what to say and do to get these powerful, egotistical heroes to finally work together. That's his real superpower, understanding people and knowing how to motivate them. He's a leader, through and through. Playing Nick Fury for over a decade has been an incredible ride. He's the connective tissue of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And even when he's surrounded by world-ending threats and cosmic beings, he never loses his cool. He just adjusts his eye patch, delivers a sharp line, and gets back to the business of saving the world. So, what's the secret? Why do these characters, Jules Winfield, Nick Fury, Mace Windu, and so many others, resonate with people? It comes down to one thing, an unshakable cool factor. It's not just about wearing a leather coat or saying a memorable line. It's about embodying a certain kind of confidence. It's the quiet authority that says, you don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be the most powerful. My characters are often the smartest people in the room and they know it. They play chess while everyone else is playing checkers. This coolness is also about authenticity. I bring a part of myself to every role, and I think audiences can feel that. I don't disappear into a character so much as I make the character a version of me. It's a specific brand of intensity that I've cultivated over my entire career. It's in the way I deliver a line, the way I hold myself, the way I can command a scene with just a look. Think about Mace Windu in Star Wars. He's a Jedi Master surrounded by other powerful Jedi, but he stands out. He's the one with the purple lightsaber. He's the one who doesn't trust Anakin Skywalker. He has a conviction and a certainty that sets him apart. These are men of principle. They have a strong moral code and they are not afraid to enforce it. That's a key ingredient to their coolness. They stand for something. In the end, being the coolest actor isn't about a contest. It's about legacy. It's about creating a body of work filled with characters that people will be talking about for generations. It's about showing up, doing the work, and infusing every single role with a level of passion and intensity that is impossible to ignore. From a Bible-quoting hitman to the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., I've had the privilege of playing some of the most memorable characters in modern cinema, and I've made sure every single one of them was as cool as they could possibly be. That's my job, and I love it.